Hello, hello, hello. It's Vanessa Cruz here with Discovering Your Brilliance. Today, I'm so excited to be speaking with Tati Bell. I met her through the ICF Austin chapter and have fell in love with her energy and charisma and what she puts out in the world. So, to tell you a little bit more about her, Tati Bell is your go-to video marketing coach. With over a decade of expertise, Tati has helped expats adapt to new countries and feel at home worldwide. Her YouTube channel boasts over 100,000 subscribers and over 30 million views. Man, now Tati channels her expertise into helping coaches and consultants feel confident on camera, discover relevant topics that deliver value, and create a simple, effective video marketing routine. Her mission is to help you get noticed, connect with your audience, and earn more money. So without further ado, welcome. How
Hello.
are you?
Oh, thank you for having me and thank you for that warm intro.
Oh, I love it. We were just saying hi before we started recording, and I feel like the work you do is so valuable, especially with the rise of social media and a lot of coaches trying to get their voice out there. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you got into it?
As you mentioned in your intro, I started doing that about 11 years ago when I just moved to the States. And my whole YouTube journey started just as a chronicle of my adaptation in a new country. And very soon I've noticed it got a lot of interest from different people, and they started asking me questions, how to do this, how to do that. And first, of course, I was so eager to help. I was answering, A, B, C, D, you do this, you do that. And very soon I realized rather than giving them a fish, it's better to give them a fishing rod.
Yeah.
And this is when the whole paradigm of coaching was in place. I'm like, oh, I can do those both now because I have a psychology educational background, and my lifelong dream was get back to psychology. And this is how I found a way to do that. When I just moved, I work full time in IT company, doing totally different job, but it paid the bills, and I was looking how to get back. So through my YouTube channel, I started getting clients, helping people with all those questions, but not only telling them, you better do this or you better do that, but working on the mindset, working on those mental blocks, all things that we do in coaching. And over
Yeah.
the years, since I grow my YouTube so big, I got so comfortable on camera, and I have no problem to be very authentic and bold. And people feel it. So it wasn't only a big number, like over 1,100 subscribers. It was a community. And people started getting to know each other. I started getting good friends from my YouTube audience. And a couple years ago, when I got really sick, what they call life-altering disease, I got so much support from them. And it wasn't just emotional. They started GoFundMe, and they collected pretty good chunk of money for me while I was, taking all those months off and everything. It was very nice to see that too. So I could
Wow.
say it's not just those millions and millions of views, but I can see that impact that people with good intentions and huge experience and knowledge, how much impact they can make on the world and change so many lives. And it's all we want to do as coaches.
Yeah. I love that. I think we hear so much about, there's all the negative side of social media, right? But I like working with people who are focused on putting good out into the world and sharing like the positive side of, to your point, you went through a health, like life altering health event. And it's like you have this whole other community outside of your family that could support you, that probably motivated you to keep going along the way. And that's so beautiful to see that you have touched so many people's lives in that way that they were like, how can I support you?
That's true.
Yeah. I think a lot about, the presence that you want to put out into the world. And as a coach, I think a lot about branding. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that means to you and what you work with people on, like creating a brand or what they share, like how to wrap your head around that?
Yes, as a person who is very comfortable with videos, sometimes what it's easy for you, you think it's nothing, it's easy for everyone. Once I started getting involved with coaching community, this is how we met. Remember that mastermind like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I started seeing so much greatness. Usually coaching is a second or even third career for many of us. And according to statistic, ICF latest statistic, average age is about 45 to 50 years. And imagine how much people went through by that age, how many things they experienced, how much they can share with us or with the world to make the world like better place, easier for people to experience different challenges. So I was experiencing meeting those people, and every time I was like, oh my goodness, it's like a box of treasure in that particular person. And that person can be found anywhere, just for your private clients. That's it. It's like you have that spigot, the water thing on the wall, and you only open it just one drop at a time versus like whole stream. So at first I wasn't even thinking about that yet because I was still working for expats. My last iteration there was career coaching. It was a lot of help, a lot of value you can provide, especially, as a career coach yourself, for regular people, it's a lot. Imagine being an expat, doing it in a different way. So it was big and rewarding, but coaches, they are different. It's so good to be around them and have them as clients. Imagine that. So first, just, touching the water, talking about like, hey, how do you feel about getting on the video? Hell no. I hate myself on the video. I hate my voice. I totally freeze when I'm on camera. I got all kind of excuses. And then I decided to go a little bit like more bold with that. I was so intimidated. Exactly a year ago, I got a reminder. Yesterday was a year that first time I was presenting my workshop for ICF Austin on that virtual coaching conversation led by you. Thank you so much. I remember I was so scared. I was so nervous. And I did it anyway because I felt I just try. At least I try to show the possibilities, what video can bring to coaches, increase, like multiply, exponentially increase their reach, and also show them that it only feels complicated and cumbersome and tiring, the whole process. But actually, led by me, introduced by my approach, by my structure, it could be actually fun, an outlet for your creativity, and almost like a hobby. And by the way, this is what happened to one of my recent clients. She started as just like, first her videos were like frozen camera, very robotic. She was reading. And just in 6 weeks, she started adding some transitions, some stickers, and playing with filters, playing with music. And she's like, Tati, it's my new hobby now. I love it.
I love that. I love that because I think, with one of the coaches that I work with, we talk a lot about that the words that you say matter, right? But reading that from somebody isn't the same as experiencing their energy through video or through clips that they take. because to your point, a lot of coaches are so unique and they have a gift, but they may not be able to reach their person because they're too shy to connect with them in that way. But I know you probably would agree. Every coach that you meet, you fall in love with, like, oh wow, where have these people been all my life? And if more people could experience them, the world would be a different place.
Mhm. And there is another thing. I meet a lot of people now. I was kind of late to the game because I was working with Russian speaking community all those years. So even though my physical presence was in the States, I didn't have many connections professionally at all. So last 2 years, once I got exposed, I work on that. It's my like number one priority. I make personal connections. I talk to people. Next week I'm going to Austin again because they're having social. I want to meet people face to face because this is how I feel like it's a meaningful connection. So there are people who would be okay by me staying off videos. They're different. They're alternative, diverse. No, what's the word for that? And that's okay too. They are good with text. They are amazing. For example, they are amazing writers. Nothing bad with
Right.
that. But if you have that personality like yourself, me, many people, we know, you know, I know, it's crucial to do on video versus text or just picture. Because that personality is like 10 times more possible to get person to want to work with you than
With
just
you.
text.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your coaching practice. Do you work mainly with coaches getting their name and brand out there, or do you work with individuals who are just trying to grow their business as well?
My ideal client is coach or consultant or any kind of mental health professional, because this is where I am like in my own domain. I know from ups to downs how to say it. I know the problems of the audience and I know our own problems as professionals. But overall, I have a client who is a nail technician. I have a client who is a dog dentist. Did you know that dogs have their own dentists?
That's
So
amazing.
basically, anyone who wants to increase their marketing strategy, not increase, enrich their marketing strategy using videos, they're welcome. We are all the same in a way as an entrepreneurs, solopreneurs sometimes. We mostly all want to do what we love, either doing nails or working with people, and we want to reduce that work when what we need for marketing. This is what I do. I always say, hey, I'm not a marketing agency. I'm not offering to do that for you. If you want to, I'll find people, but I'm helping you to find a cadence, a rhythm, so you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
especially,
I
you
love
know,
that.
at the beginning of your business, it's important to be sustainable and kind of money efficient.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I love learning new technology and I love learning new things. And I know that doesn't always come easy to everybody else. But to your earlier point, if you can teach them how to fish, you can last, like it's more sustainable. And I think that's what we both do with coaching, right? Is showing people that you have the power within yourself to do more than you probably ever thought that you could.
And if you think about that, what I always emphasize when we talk with my clients or even on those consult calls when they just come to see what it's all about, I love to emphasize the difference. There are influencers and bloggers, people who does it for a living. And of course, on their side, they may want to do whatever they want, always look polished, amazing on the videos, having a perfect light and a picture. Us, it's a totally different story. What we provide is more about content of what we say, the message. And actually, it's okay. You know, after that whole health crisis for like 4 months. I was totally bald. Do you think I was hiding somewhere and not doing videos? I was still doing that. And it was such a great inspiration for many people, not necessarily at the same position, but even for people who is like, I don't like how I look on camera, my hair doesn't look good, or I have too many wrinkles. But when they saw me being like that and still doing videos twice a week, they're like, oh, I need to try that too. I want to be like Tati. I like it. And another important thing as a coach, and probably your listeners, viewers would agree with me, nothing attracts more and creates that instant connection than you being totally authentic and vulnerable.
I love
And when
that.
you show up like that, it is being vulnerable. It is showing like, hey, I'm having a bad hair day today, or no hair day.
I'm in the process of growing my hair out, so I feel like I have a bad hair day every day, but here we are.
Same here.
Yeah.
I was challenging my hairdresser yesterday, like, I want to grow them, but hey, I cannot afford to be like that because I'm on camera every day. I want to like myself. So she's
Right.
trying to create something.
But all jokes aside, I love what you're saying. I think that is so important because people do connect when they see your authenticity and they see, like, man, you can go through ups and downs and you don't have to just present this perfect vision to the world. Like, I always put myself together and I always have my hair and makeup done and da 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 da. And most people won't even get started until they think they have to do all those steps. But we both know as a coach, it's like progress over perfection. You don't have to be perfect. You can just start and see where it goes. And then learn and grow and learn and grow and adapt and grow. And I think that's so beautiful about the journey of life, right? Like if you take from these events that happen in our life and the different things and always try to learn, what can I learn and do differently going forward? Um, that's my idea of what living like a really purposeful, meaningful life looks like.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I totally agree.
Yeah. When you think about success, I know we just talked about this yesterday. My podcast is called Discovering Your Brilliance. And what comes up for you in thinking about success in discovering your own brilliance?
I want to make a program very detailed, broken down to teeny tiny chunks, like easy to process, and automate all of that and make it so affordable and available for every coach, consultant, any professional. Again, I want to focus on mental health because this is where everything else starts. Mental health is a basic of everything. It comes even before physical health. And I want to find a way, not find, I am finding a way to get covered every single struggle people may have and create that program and automate it and put it out there so it's so easy for them to get and process and go through that program and make myself available, I don't know, on like weekly calls with those people, like Q&As. This is my vision of, I don't know, 3 to 5 years of success in what I'm doing now. Because I know one-to-one is amazing. I feel connected. I can work with you on your particular challenges. But we all know one-to-one cannot be cheap. And it's limited by my hours and everything. And I want to have something so available and affordable and still with a lot of value and something that people can do on themselves without me. So that video thing is like, oh, I need to shoot a video. Okay, let me think about that for a second. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready, action.
I love it. When you think about your life and your life experiences, what do you think motivates you to want to help others as much as you do and this beautiful vision of being able to help more? What motivates you in this work or
What
what got you
happened?
started?
What happened to me 2 years ago? It was life altering. I was like, I was so clear about what does matter for me and what doesn't. And I quit that cushy full-time job that was giving me all the income and insurance and all, but it was totally like fake for me. And I went coaching full-time, and I'm still working with expats on a career coaching. And it's meaningful, it's valuable. But what I'm doing with coaches right now, first of all, it's amazing working with coaches because they are the best clients ever. They are motivated, they have intentions to to go through and complete the whole process. They're like the best clients ever. But also, if you think about that, see, I got all emotional about that now. If you think about that, someone at the TCC retreat from the presenter, someone called us multipliers. So I feel like I'm multiplying. Now I cannot stop crying. I feel like I'm multiplying the good in the world. And also, when I meet so many amazing coaches and I'm able to help them, I'm able to provide them value, it makes me valuable. And honestly, as an expat, I still sometimes feel like a second class. So working with brilliant people taking me to first class.
Oh man. Well, I would say that you are brilliant yourself, and I love what you said because I often talk about coaching and the ripple effect that it has, right? You may work one on one with somebody, but then that coach is going out and touching 30 lives. Those 30 people are going home to their family, touching 4 to 5 other. I can't even do that math anymore. You're up to 150, and then it just keeps going and going and going. And I think it's so beautiful to think about that. Yesterday, somebody messaged me. I'm on TikTok and I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm trying to figure it all out. But a girl that is a new coworker of mine follows me and she said, I just wanted to message you and say that you are such a light and I love what you're putting out in the world. And I think I love that comment and compliment, but I think more people need to know that. You never know whose life you're going to touch. And you may think it's like for nothing, but you never know who's going to see your video and be like so touched and that brightens their day. And that's what you're doing. You're creating that wave and that ripple. Like you're touching these people's lives and then they're going out. And so I'd say you're incredibly valuable because you're touching and reaching so many people in the world. And what a gift, to help them share their message and just that ripple of good that's going out.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, what you just said about I'm on TikTok and I have no idea what I'm doing, this is why you have me. This is what I do with anyone who comes to me. And it's not necessarily like they have to work with me in my program. Our first call, it's always about in coaching, we always ask, what's your ultimate goal? And once that's clear, everything is much easier. You get more motivated. You don't feel burnout after posting for a few weeks and not getting a result because now you have set up your result and measurements.
Yeah. I think that's so cool, and I think that's also what's so neat about everybody kind of having their niche, right? Like I was talking to somebody yesterday too, and I was like, you don't have to do this all on your own. Like there is a community of people that can support you, and you don't have to be the person who knows the finance, knows the marketing, knows this, knows that, knows how to do this, knows how to write the books, knows how to computer program. Like it's okay to go, I don't know how to do this, and it's not actually something I'm passionate about. So for all the coaches listening, there's somebody here who can help because she knows how to do all the things that you may not have the passion to know yet, but it sounds like you can help them make it easy for themselves. Like, here, let me make this easier for you.
Absolutely. Someone I talked recently called coaching industry self-sufficient industry. Like we have coaches who are coaching and we have coaches who are helping coaches to coach freely
Yeah.
without worrying about other things.
Yeah. Yeah. And get those roadblocks out of the way. And I think you just made me think, like, if everybody had people in their corner that helped them remove their own roadblocks, how differently maybe their lives could look. But so often we're too afraid to ask for help. But I say this all the time on this podcast. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I don't know, how do I get out of my own way and create this beautiful thing that I want to put out into the world?
Hey, this is why our profession exists.
Yeah. So, what would you say? I know that we are winding down, but for anybody else listening, what again would be your call to action for somebody who's like, I don't even know where to get started. I don't even know what to do. How do I open up Instagram? What would be your advice to somebody who's just getting started on this journey of putting themselves out into the world on social media?
Different platforms are different. So I'm going to be very general on that idea. Define the person with a problem, your client avatar, who you're helping. Number one. Number two, create something like, we call it elevator pitch, but it may be just short, like intro I did for your podcast today. Who you helping, how you do that, and what results they are getting. Work on it for a little bit. So once you're clear with that, make something what they call free valuable VFO, valuable free offer, or they also call it freebie. Think about what your audience that you decide earlier, what would be their pain point you can resolve in like small PDF or short video instruction or whatever. And then just go set up your account, whatever it is. There are plenty of instructions. And of course, I do that too for my clients for any kind of platforms, how to set up the whole account so it looks pretty and professional. But overall, go on YouTube University, learn how to create proper Instagram account and put everything there professionally. And just start reaching out to people. And when I say reaching out, it doesn't mean DM everyone. In the beginning, it's always recommended, and I went for that too, going to big names in your industry and commenting under their posts. If it's on Facebook or LinkedIn, find groups where your potential clients, your client avatar, where they're hanging, and start commenting, bringing your outlook, bringing your vision. And if you see questions where you can show up with your expertise, answer there. That would be the first step. And I would say nowadays, starting Instagram and start posting consistently, it's nothing. It's not going to do anything. There are few more steps you need to do. But since your question was how to start on Instagram, this is like first 4 steps that I would recommend.
I love it. I feel like that was a lot of great information. How can people connect with you if they're like, hey, I need a little extra support? What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Thank you for that question. I came prepared. And it's actually good that we were pushing back for a little bit because I was playing with the names that should be short and descriptive and easy to find. And I just found it a couple days ago. Easy Video Coach.
Oh,
Easy Video Coach. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I even just bought a domain with that name. easyvideo.coach. So
I love it. Easy to reach you. Easy Video Coach. And I will make sure to link Tati's contact information in the notes. Before we go, any parting words that you would like to share with our listeners Any wisdom, any parting words you'd like to share?
It's a Chinese proverb. The best day to plant a tree was 30 years ago. So this is what I say on my videos now, every time when I finish my video. The best time to start with YouTube was 17 years ago. The second best day to start with YouTube and videos is today. So don't let anything to hold you back. Find any coach for yourself or instructions, or even start with what you have in hands. Because even if your video imperfect with messy hair and you are making some mistakes while talking, but think about that. Even if it changed only one life, it would be worth it.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful way to end the conversation. And thank you so much for the value that you're putting out into the world and the ripple effect for all the people that you're helping. Share that, because to your point, you never know whose life you're touching, but even if it is just one person, that matters. Thank you so much, Tati. It was such a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. As I said, it was my first time, and you're such a welcoming and relaxing host, and it's so easy to talk to you. You're doing what you are best for. So it's totally yours. Thank you so much. And I wish your podcast to hit million. What do you have on podcast? Views or downloads?
What's views or downloads? I take both of those. I'll take all of that.
I wish you to hit that million like in 3 months.
Thank you. Maybe it'll happen just because you said so and you're a guru. Thank you so much.
Thank you.